Panthers versus Raiders in week 3. Raiders home opener. I'll give you my keys to the game and my final score prediction. Let's get into it. This week's focus has to be on fixing the things that we need to fix as a team. We'll worry about the Panthers later, but fixing the stuff we need to fix is so important. Number 1 is the run game and the run scheme. We can't be averaging under 2.5 yards per carry. It's unacceptable. It's going to be harder and harder on Gardner and the offense if we can't run the ball, if we can't establish the run, because then the play action will just get harder and harder. Teams will just easily read us. We need to be able to suck those linebackers in play action, and it'll open up the offense. One thing I'm really encouraged by is Coach Pierce's intent on actually fixing the run game. Here's what he said in a presser on Monday.
It's got to start up front. It's got to start up front. It's it starts with. Listen, I'm be honest and coaching cliche here, but starts with me. It starts with our coaches, our offensive line coach, our coordinator. That's poor. That's piss poor, and it's not good enough. And our players are going to hear about it here in a second. We just can't do that. It's just, under 2 yards of carry, getting knocked back. Third and short, not getting it. There has to be an intent and a play style that we talked about, that we practice, that we've been preaching since day one, and it's not showing up on game day. So obviously, if it's changes that need to be made or scheme, everything's on the table.
So as he said, we could see a potential scheme change. He said whatever it takes. So I hope the Raiders can eventually fix the run game. The second key to fix is the pass protection. The pass protection has been god-awful over the first 2 weeks. We got dominated by Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa in week 1. We got dominated in the first half against the Ravens. But it got a little better in the fourth quarter, but still, it's something we need to fix. It's been a discouraging start for what was supposed to be a really strong unit for us coming into the season. Colton Miller looks disappointing to start the season. He's already allowed 5 sacks, and he's supposed to be the best one. He's coming off offseason shoulder surgery, so I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack. It's really apparent on film that he's really not comfortable with that shoulder yet. So I think he's going to get better as the season comes along. Andre James has struggled to anchor against bigger nose tackles as he has his whole career. We did extend him this offseason, so we are confident in his abilities over the next couple of years. But so far, he hasn't shown it. Thayer Munford continues to struggle against speed. He's always struggled against speed his whole career, and it hasn't been any better this year. Hopefully, he can get that corrected. The left guard play between Pete and Whitehair has also been borderline putrid. We have to be able to fix these simple things, or Gardner and the offense are really going to struggle. What I am excited to see is the possible switches and combinations we make with the line. We still haven't seen Jackson Powers-Johnson play yet. He has an undisclosed injury over the first 2 weeks, so hopefully he can suit up for week 3 and we can see what he's about. And if Munford continues to struggle, we could see some action out of DJ Glaze. He looked really good in training camp at right tackle when he had reps against Max and all the ones. But obviously the regular season is a whole different task. We have to wait and see. I hope he gets some run in week 3, especially against the Panthers. The third key, and this is more Panthers focused key, is to expect a punch out of the Panthers coming into week 3. Bryce Young got benched for Andy Dalton in a move I don't particularly agree with, but it happened. After Young's poor week 1 and 2 performances, Dalton was named the starter by Coach Canales. He could very well provide a spark for the Panthers for an otherwise dreadful offense. He'll probably see and read the field a lot better than Young has, so it's going to be dangerous. We have to contain Deontay Johnson and Adam Thielen, but I'm really confident in the defense. I think they can do that. Dalton has historically had a lot of success against us. He's 4-0 against us in his career, but I think against this defense, this 2024 Raiders defense, it's a whole different task. So my final prediction for the game, I got the Raiders winning 24-13. I think our defense will really get after Carolina, especially in the home opener. We're going to have tons of momentum. The offense will still go through some growing pains. I don't see it all being fixed in 1 week, but I do expect to see an improvement. I hope it'll look a lot like the second half against the Ravens rather than the first half. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Will the Raiders win? Will they blow them out? I think it might be a trap game. Andy Dalton could come in here and kind of shock us. Sorry I couldn't get you guys a preview last week. Super busy, but we'll be consistent with the weeklies going forward. Let's get a dub in our home opener.